The Rwanda Development Board says that 3 years after the launch of the Visit Rwanda campaign, aimed at promoting Rwanda as a world-class tourism destination, the return on investment has doubled the cost, and that is expected to continue to grow due to various reasons, including the recent transfer of the legendary Argentinian footballer Lionel Messi to the French football giants and Visit Rwanda partners Paris Saint-Germain or the PSG. The PSG on Wednesday, August the 11th, unveiled Lionel Messi from FC Barcelona on a 2-year deal with an option for an extension until 2024. Messi's move sparked a huge influx of new social media followers for PSG social media engagements, whereby the club's number of Instagram followers increased by over 4 million from 38.7 million to the current 42.8 million in less than 24 hours. On December 4th, 2019, the Rwanda Development Board, through Visit Rwanda campaign, announced a 3-year partnership with PSG to give Visit Rwanda tourism campaign exposure on the back of PSG training kits and pre-game warm-up kit of the men's team, and also on the sleeve of the kit worn by the women's team during their matches. The PSG deal followed the May 2018 deal between Rwanda and the English football club Arsenal to promote Visit Rwanda slogan, effectively making Visit Rwanda Arsenal's official tourism partner. The Visit Rwanda logo has since featured on the left sleeve of all Arsenal teams' kits. But how does the signing of a quality world-class player like Lionel Messi benefit Rwanda? Ethan Tashovia speaks to Ariela Kajeruka, the acting chief tourism officer at the Rwanda Development Board.
In the global scene, on the global scene, as a world-class destination for tourism and investment, and therefore, when such a new partner or new signing comes on board through our partnerships, it means greater visibility for our campaign. It means that we can reach greater audiences and also varied demographics.
If you could tell us the numbers, how much in terms of numbers has Rwanda benefited in the Visit Rwanda partnership with Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal, but also the sports partnerships that you have with other clubs?
So I can maybe put together the sports partnerships generally and give you some key insights. Since we've been in a partnership with Arsenal for the last 3 years, and since the beginning of the partnerships, we've gotten huge media value, and this has been increasing over the years. We started off with 36 million value of that can be valued in pounds. It increased, and now on the last year, on the last season, we got about 77 million of media value, and also, when you look at our other partnerships, we recently got signing we signed on a new partner, the NBA, where we hosted the inaugural season of BAL in Kigali in May, and with that we managed to get an economic impact that is valued at over $5 million. And this is in addition to impressions and viewership across the globe, where we got about 1 billion people seeing Rwanda hosting such an iconic event. In addition to that, you've seen we've been releasing different content series where we feature various players that showcases Rwanda as a tourism destination, but also as a country that has a very, interesting export commodities. So, for instance, the latest was the partnership or the series that we released of Paris Saint-Germain, where we had 5 senses. This really showcased our export commodities, tea, coffee, honey, and so on. So, and in addition to that, we also been aggressively campaigning for Visit Rwanda, even within the pandemic period. One of the interesting content series that we saw was how the campaign we got on Amasunzu. I don't know if you saw it. It was showcasing our culture values and elements, and also our fashion. That was, to date, one of the content series that gained a lot of traction. And also, lately, the Rwanda Awaits campaign, which really shows that Rwanda is open for tourism. So important news, like you mentioned, do have a direct impact as well on our messaging, because, for instance, since Messi got signed onto partnership to play for the PSG, we had an increase of followers. So that's the kind of leverage that we are able to see as we continue to aggressively campaign for Visit Rwanda.
Let's look at the partnerships as well. Again, PSG seems to be yielding more results with the partnerships that you have with other sports organizations. How does this come about, and how much of an impact has it had to the tourism?
We signed PSG in December 2019, and later, 2 or 3 months later, we were hit by COVID. So in terms of numbers, obviously, I think even the tourism industry at large is impacted, where we got a loss of revenues and visitors, over 76% of our revenues. So were lost. So that means that we cannot really be able to say today that we've had an impact that we can immediately associate to PSG, but we continue to remain in the interesting destinations across the globe, and we continue to receive tourists from all over. And Europe still ranks high in our tourism arrivals as a key source market. That shows us that the efforts that we continue to make, even within a pandemic, are bringing results on board.
Do you have specific numbers on who ranks where in terms of continents to the people?
So our highest source of tourist arrivals is the US, followed by the UK, and then Europe generally. When we had high numbers, Europe had increased by 11%, and UK had increased by 17%. So this shows that to in the face of the world as a tourism destination of choice and a world-class destination, we are able to come back to these numbers when the situation comes back to normal. Obviously now we have COVID-induced travel restrictions, and we're not able to capitalize at this stage, but see it as an investment that we're making for the future. When recovery becomes real and possible, we will be able to recoup our investment properly.
Are you happy with the return on investment?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you look at a country like Rwanda, being in the faces of millions of people across the world that are following because of one passion, which is sports, and across different disciplines and different demographics and audiences, it's an amazing thing. And you can see for yourself, you wouldn't be here if this wasn't news.
Ariela Kajiruka, the Acting Chief Tourism Officer, many thanks for your time.
Thank you.